how to relieve anxiety instantly, like that. Well, the reason I believe it's possible that we can use and understand what anxiety is, if we understand where it comes from in the beginning, we don't even have to relieve it. So the way that we do this is we understand where it comes from. And where anxiety, I believe, comes from is from beliefs and definitions of how we define ourselves in this present moment, which are out of alignment with either one, this present moment right now, or two, our natural self. The idea that I like to project is that we are constantly 100% emitting our natural frequency, meaning our natural self. We are being totally ourselves. But if for any reason we feel any emotions that are considered negative emotions, it's because there's some type of belief or there's some type of definition that is out of alignment with who we really prefer to be. So, understanding this, it makes it easier to know that if you feel anxiety, you can be grateful that you feel it because you can understand that it's showing you something about yourself that you're defining yourself to be, that's out of alignment from your true self. So how do you get and find out what the anxiety is? So anxiety normally is something anticipated in this present moment now about the future, thinking that something in the future will either bring anxiety or hoping that something doesn't happen. But this is the idea. The idea is that the future doesn't really even exist anyways, because by the time the future gets here, it's still this moment right now. You never experience the future, you only experience now. So if you find yourself constantly feeling anxiety, it may be because you're constantly focusing yourself into a future scenario that hasn't even happened yet. So understand that you can refocus yourself by understanding what your emotions are. And what I believe emotions are emotions, is energy in motion, and it's understanding that there's a momentum of energy about yourself. There's a momentum of energy about the thoughts that you've been consistently thinking, and those thoughts have caused you, or those thoughts correlate with certain hormones in your body, whether it be cortisol, serotonin, dopamine, or whatever it is. The reason you're feeling it is because you have a momentum of energy, and there's a way that you feel and associate with those thoughts that you're feeling. So if you want to allow yourself to expand beyond that, understand that it has to do with your focus. So focus on thoughts that feel better to you. The idea is that you're constantly emitting a frequency, emitting your true natural self. And if you ever feel any part of negative emotion, so this could be something other than anxiety, this could be fear, or it could be guilt, whatever it is, it has to do with something that's out of alignment from who you really prefer to be or who you really define yourself to be. So if you're trying to figure out what that definition is or what that belief is, all you have to ask is the question, what would I have to believe is true about this moment or about myself that's causing me to feel this way? And if you get down and you begin to deep, you'll understand that eventually you see that it was something that either you picked up along the way, or it's from believing in something that doesn't really even exist anyways. It's an illusion. If you're worried about the future in itself is an illusion, because by the time the future actually gets here anyways, it's still this present moment now. It's just from a different point of view. You've never experienced the future and you've never experienced the past, because even when you were in the past, it was still the moment of now. So the idea is that the emotions that you feel depend on how you define yourself in the moment, and if you're resisting what is. That's the other part of anxiety. Anxiety, or even fear, is normally perpetuated from resisting the natural moment right now. There's something about this moment that if you're feeling fear or resistance, it's because you are resisting your natural self. You're existing to allow the moment to be what it is. And the way that you allow yourself to let it be is you let go of the circumstances. You understand that the circumstances don't matter. The only thing that really does matter is your state of being. How are you in this moment? How are you responding to the external stimuli that's around you? And if you understand this, it becomes easier, because then you realize that you have the power to control your state. You have the power to let yourself feel how you choose to feel, because every situation in life is inherently neutral. Every word that we've ever had in English is neutral until we give it meaning. Meaning, we might have certain meanings towards certain words. Some people might have negative connotations or negative emotions about it, while some people might have positive. If I say a rainy day in itself is neutral. Some people, like myself, I love it when it rains outside, so I associate feelings of joy with it. But I know some people that if you say something about a rainy day, they say, oh, they hate the rain. Maybe they came from Seattle and they're so used to it that it brings up inside of them some type of negative emotion. But the idea itself is neutral. Well, life is the same way. Every situation that you've ever had in your life has been a neutral situation, but we give it meaning. We give the meaning to whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. So the main way that you get rid of this anxiety, that you transmute it into something that's more exciting, is through understanding that whatever you're focusing on in this moment is what you're getting energy towards, is the feelings that you're feeling. So if you have a momentum of energy that's allowed you to feel anxiety, the way that you redo that to something of excitement is through you labeling it first off. Instead of thinking that that energy that flows through you is anxiety, understand that it could be excitement, and then begin to focus your thoughts in the direction of who you really prefer to be. Begin to have a momentum of energy, a momentum of thoughts that's in alignment with who you prefer to be. And the more that you do this, the more that you'll see that the power lies within you to give the meanings to the environment around you. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. Your external environment will begin to reflect that inner change that you give to yourself. Instead of you identifying the way that you feel as an anxiety, you'll then begin to feel excitement, and you'll begin to have an environment that reflects that excitement that you feel. So I hope that this helped. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like or subscribe below. And other than that, I'll see you guys next time.